EP3. Let's go.
Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast.
Let's go.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Balcony AUX Chord.
All right, welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. This week is gonna get a little serious.
This is gonna get a little political.
A little bit political. We're introducing another format of our podcast where we assign each other a album, and we go listen to it in our week, in our own time, and we come back and talk about the album.
Yes, sir.
This week we chose to do, what was it called, Afindi?
Color.
Invisible People?
Yeah, Invisible People by Chicano Batman.
Chicano Batman. Chicano Batman.
Chicano.
Batman. No, they're awesome. Afindi told me to listen to this. Like he was the one that recommended this album to me.
Yeah.
And gotta say, very good. What are your thoughts on the album? Like now revisiting it. I'll give it my first take after.
Well, it came out in May, and but I don't know. Like I thought the song, especially like the song "Invisible People," was just kind of it kind of fit with what was happening towards the end of May, early June, with the Black Lives Matter, the protests, the riots, and stuff that was going on in the US, because you know, like the racial inequality, but like the explosion of that in like the mainstream consciousness, I guess. And I thought that it fit. My friend Matthew actually was the one who showed me. I think we're probably gonna have him on the podcast maybe later.
He's a good friend of yours.
Yeah.
And good friend of mine too.
Yeah.
Like he's a talented boy.
Yeah, he's a weird guy though.
To have him on.
Weird fucking guy.
Weird boy.
Love him. Weird fucking guy.
Music nerd though. Gotta appreciate his knowledge. I actually I admire his
actually music nerd. Like technical and everything. Yeah, anyways, so that's what I think about that.
How about the album though? Like as a whole narrative, like as a body.
I don't think it was that coherent.
Yeah, same.
Like it was called Invisible People, but like I expected it, right, when it came out to just be about that, but it was just kind of like it was like split ends. Yeah, it was all over the place. What do you think? You having heard it like
the first time? Yeah. I heard it fully today. Like I chose to listen to it just before this podcast, so it's fresh in my mind. But I think, just to echo what you said, it's not that coherent. I think the first half is the best half. I think the rest can probably be omitted, I think. But that's a bit harsh.
Omitted, bro.
Like,
omit it, get rid of it,
dude. Statistics have made me, you know.
Why do you use the vocabulary? Fucking omit that
omitted
shit.
variables.
There are 12 songs on that album. Omit 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's be clear. I actually like the album a lot. I just don't think it's a great album.
Yeah,
I think it's a good collection of songs.
It has 6 singles though, like "Color My Life" and "Invisible People." Yeah, was something.
Yeah, to me, those two stand out.
Yeah, it was.
I think you agree with me too.
Yeah, it was something.
I think for this whole podcast, we're gonna be talking more so about Invisible People.
Than that album.
Just to finish my thought on the whole album, I feel like the guitarist is probably like the champion of this. Yeah. Like the guitar riffs that are going on all the time in every single song is crazy. I love it so much.
Yeah. Do you get Wolfpack vibes a little bit?
Yes, right? I do. And do you know Magic City Hippies?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Magic City Hippies. Yeah.
This is like, I feel like it's the same tone, like the same rhythmic like origins.
Yeah.
They're very like, they're kind of like Surfer Boy.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah, you should definitely hear. Yeah, you should definitely hear more stuff from them, like their older stuff.
Yeah,
it's a little bit different. There's a song called
Freedom. This is my first introduction to the band, so I don't know anything about
Freedom is Free, and it's like really good. It talks about freedom. and how it's free.
In what sense? Like the monetary,
Freedom
like
is
free.
Yeah.
When they talk about freedom is free, is it monetary free or is it?
It's whatever you want to make it. I think.
Dude, I think my AC is on. Sorry.
Oh, is it not hot?
The AC ruins the audio. I'm sorry, guys.
True.
I fixed it. I live in Thailand. It's hot here.
It's hot here. I have the window open still. It's been a cold summer here. Like it's like 18 degrees every day.
Lucky boy. But
okay, yeah, invisible. Let's move on to.
Let's move on into the nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty. The topic. The meat.
The meat of this podcast.
The meat of the podcast.
So, Invisible People. The name of the album as well as the name of the song. You say is about the Black Lives Matter movement.
It's not about.
I don't know.
It wasn't intended to be about. It came out before.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like you can see places in the lyrics where they talk about race.
Yeah,
like, they literally say the word race.
This is like systemic racism. That's like.
Yeah, for sure. And like this came out in May. You say, right?
Yeah, 1st of May.
In May. And stuff started to happen in
end of May.
June, end of May.
Yeah, end of May. George Floyd got killed.
I guess it is fitting. May. Yeah, like perfect timing.
Yeah.
But if anything, it kind of highlights how broken the society is already. Like if people are already like writing songs about it before
it just came to like it came to the public consciousness with the video of George Floyd, because that was like. It was the last straw, I guess, on the camel's back. Like the problem has been happening for fucking 400 years, man. Ever since that country was built, like that country was built on this problem, and it still just persisted to this day, you know.
Right.
But the video, it was ridiculous. It was like 8 minutes of this guy dying, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like it was. That's why people are so fucking angry.
Yeah. And I think in a way, I don't know, man, 8 minutes, and so many people watched it too.
Yeah, I didn't, I couldn't, like
see, like there's like people like I watched it because like I'm like
some people needed to, some people watch it, and that's like, but I couldn't, like it was just like
no, you don't have to, like you don't have to realize the brutality in it. It was uncalled for, but going back to the music itself, I have some thoughts on some of the lyrics. I know that I in like English class, and your professor or teacher is like, oh, this word reflects this, that. Like at the end of the day, I don't think the artist kind of thought of that. Like I think like they just wrote words and it like kind of meant something to them.
Yeah.
But like, as an audience, you can have like this ability to dissect these words.
Yeah. Like it's like I think it was talking about like, I think we talked about this a long time ago, but it's like when an artist makes something or writes something and puts it out to the public, they themselves lose control over it.
Yeah, they
lose power, as in like that art can be sort of interpreted differently, and they die after, you know what I mean, like their vision and stuff, it dies because it belongs to the public now. The public is what, and it's personal for everyone, if that makes sense. Like anyone can take it any way they want. I don't know.
I don't know if you have the lyrics in front of you or not, but I pulled them up earlier just to read them through, and there's some stuff which kind of pops up to me. I think there's one lyric, not the chorus, but like the pre-chorus. It says, "It's time to start over. You best believe we're taking over."
Yeah.
I get that. Like I get the meaning behind it. Like I get the protest like. I just don't agree with the "it's time to start all over." I get what they're trying to say. Like it's so broken, we gotta start over. Like this shit's so bad now that we gotta start over. But like I can't help but think from political science view
Yeah.
with like
You're a realist. That's your kind of a little bit.
Like no, I am like, and like it's time to start over, all over.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic, I think, as well. I don't. Yeah, like systemic racism is built in the system. Like it was, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the system was built on racism.
Yeah.
So in order for there to be no racism at all, you need to fucking just pull all of it down, which is
right.
Kind of impossible, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I was talking to you about this like earlier, like in like one of our just like catch up sessions, and like I was talking to you about how like this kind of roots from this like this capitalism, this like exploitative kind of like background. Like I kind of subscribe to this kind of thing. Like I don't know if you read any of his work or not, but I don't know if you've heard of Herbert Marcuse. He's a political theorist.
That's some.
He's
When did you read him? Undergrad, or did you read him?
Yeah, undergrad. I did
What?
Undergrad. Yeah. But he writes a lot about environmentalism. It's kind of related.
Is this
in a way.
your?
But he
Is
talks
this your
about how
environmental politics class?
Yeah.
I didn't take that.
Yeah. But he talks about how like capitalism has like blinded human like senses to the point where like you have to translate this exploitative form which you receive from your factory employers, and you have to exert it on like other sides of your life where you can, which is like nature, because like nature can't fight back to you. Like you can only like exploit it on something else.
Yeah.
Like I forget, like this has been a while. Like I'm definitely misquoting what he's talking about, but
but the idea
he talks about how like there's like this transference of aggression, this transference of exploitation that like you subconsciously like bring back to home, and like you like exert it on like other
so you're saying
parts of your life.
You're
too.
saying it's kind of human nature to exploit something that is powerless or
yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, but
it is like of course like I agree with like you and how I'm critiquing how a country was built on exploitation, right? But like I feel like there's even more root causes to like to that problem. Like, you know, when people say like humans will be humans, like we're fucked. Like that's what they always say, right? Like humans are always humans. We're always greedy. We're always selfish and all that. And to some degree, I kind of agree with that kind of line of thought as well. Like I think I talked to you about Michel Foucault.
Yeah.
He has like ideas on sexuality and stuff like that, right? And like when he talks about how when people have like when society has rules that repress their instinctual feelings, people will tend to exert this instinctual feelings in more exploitative forms. Because they have this aggression, this pent up sexual aggression.
Is this sexual? By nature,
well,
Foucault was like,
he like
it's
calls
sexual.
it sexual, like, but like you can interpret it in many ways. Like his book is literally called like I think The History of Sexuality, but there's, you know, like it's about like expression. Like everything that Michel Foucault talks about is about expression, and like how he talks about there's like rules, represses the people's feelings, and then they transfer this in different ways to like exploit and show this aggression. Definitely I'm misquoting again, like I haven't read this stuff in a while, but that's the general gist of it, and this kind of like informs my kind of opinions on this lyric. Like I'm not even the country, just like this lyric itself. It's time to start all over. Like, and I can't help but disagree with it, just because you can't start
over. It's path dependence.
What I'm saying is exploitation is in your blood.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a rough idea to think of, but like, yeah, like
Yeah.
Like as much as you think that, like, okay, like a lot of people say that a lot of people who are on the left wing or like communists, like you know, they're like Marxist fans. They say that, yeah, it could have worked if it like started from like fresh. Like if we started from a fresh society, it could have worked. And maybe, like, I can't say it wouldn't.
Oh,
but,
because we don't know, but I think that like it's a capitalistic world, man. Like that's how it was built, and it's gotten us to where we are now. And of course, like it's a system that brings a lot of pain, you know, to like people of color, you know, Black, Indigenous people of color, like they're like they're taking the brunt of the system that is created, but at the same time, like it's not gonna be like, you know, it's not gonna be toppled. Like this is impossible. I think what could happen though is that we find ways within that system to make conditions better and more fair.
Exactly.
But that should be the job of political scientists. Not
And
it's not a revolution.
I think,
you know, we're not gonna have a revolution. The world is not gonna just have a revolution and just topple capitalism, because we like shit too much. We like iPhones too much. You know, we like Instagram. The platform that this movement has gotten big on is Instagram, right? Do you know what I mean? It's so like ironic when you think about it.
No, definitely.
Right? It's just like, capitalism is the reason that, I don't know. Capitalism is the reason that this problem came up to the public consciousness in the first place. Yeah. You know what I mean? Without this, like in a, I don't know. No, I don't want to say too much, but it's just like, it's ironic, but in a very dark way. Like it's very dark. Like this shit is very dark. Like it's almost like
without capitalism, like people wouldn't want to like the slave trade was literally caused by capitalism. Yes. Like yes. Colonialism was caused because you wanted more resources, right? You wanted to win. You wanted to beat the other country. Yeah. The other monarchies, right? So that's where it started, and then the trading and the trade triangles between like England, Africa, and America happened, and you know, this transference of exploitation, being the better person or the more wealthier person, like mattered. Like, I mean, obviously it happened way before that, but this is the most recent.
This is the one that still affects us today.
Yeah, I think people tend to forget that colonialism. Yeah,
white people fucking the world. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
basically, why are we
a little broad brush?
Why are we speaking in English? Why we're Thai? Yeah, why are we speaking in English right now? Like why? Yeah. You know, me and you, we have a language. Yeah, but like.
We're bad at it.
We're bad at it. We're shit at it. We were sent to international school. We were sent to the West to be educated because dominance, because white people, because, you know, hegemony. Like learning English is going to take us further in the world, in our parents' opinions, right? Yeah. That's why. But that's still like a product of just white people fucking the world.
I mean, you know, I don't want to just throw out stuff like that, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's kind of true. Like, it's kind of true.
I think people tend to forget that colonialism ended in the past century.
Yeah,
like, it literally.
Yeah, like 60 years, 70 years ago.
Yeah, mostly. It's been like that long. Like, I like definitely my grandpa was still alive when shit was colonized.
50 years before we were born.
Yeah,
like there were still colonies, bro. Like that's tough.
Yeah. most of them were in Southeast Asia, like we learned in most of our classes that we had together. But it happened in like the 40s and 50s and 60s, which is rough. Like end of the world wars, it happened, and you know, people tend to forget that. Like it's not a really like long problem. It's really recent. It's actually
very recent.
Yeah. I think people have like a chip on their shoulder in a way, right? like Asians, like Southeast Asians have a
Yeah.
like I can only speak to that experience, you know.
Yeah, we can only speak to that experience. Yeah, exactly.
I can't speak to any other experience
Yeah.
other than that.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I would say our experience hasn't been as damaging as one of like African American.
Yes,
like, kind
of course.
stories.
Yeah.
Like obviously I might be speaking out of line. Like I'm sure like there were slave tradings in Southeast Asia too. Like I'm pretty sure there was
Yes.
shit like that happening.
Yeah.
But you know, like it wasn't as prevalent as what it was happening
Yeah.
in the Atlantic. Yes. Atlantic side of things. But
Mhm.
it's rough. But just going back to this thing, like that's why I don't really agree with like it's time to start all over. You best believe.
No. It's like path dependence, right? Like you know how like on a keyboard, like A S D F G H J K L is like. Let's just take this example. Like if you look
Sure.
at your keyboard, those letters are next to each other. That's not gonna change.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was built like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It'll always be like that.
it'll always be like that. But I think
What a wild analogy.
what a fucking wild analogy. Path dependence, man. Fuck. No,
we
but
get it. I get it.
yeah, you get it, right? But I think within that system there is room for improvement and changes to make things more fair and equal.
Yep, definitely.
And I think-
like, I definitely can share like my thoughts,
Yeah.
like or like my life stories even on like the unequal opportunities
Mm.
that are involved.
Mm.
Like even if I'm like gotta admit like I'm privileged in some ways in like the Thai context.
Mhm.
Like I'm not like dirt poor or anything. Like I gotta admit that inequality exists on one side of things,
Mhm.
right? But then there's also inequality of me being a Thai in like the international realm,
Mm.
right? It's like it's not just it's like different bubbles of inequality
Mhm.
that you're part of.
Mhm.
Like I'm pretty sure you live in multiple bubbles of inequality as well, right?
Mm.
Like maybe like in like your village or something, or like your town,
Mm.
you might be a wealthy family. But then you look at it from a national context, you're like, shit, like the people that I live with have been like pushed aside.
Mhm.
Like my population has been
Mhm.
pushed aside.
Mhm.
And then you look at it from abroad, like you're like, fuck, like I'm nothing. Like I've been like oppressed to like
Yeah.
I mean oppression is a rough word, but it's a little broad brush. Like is that broad brush? Yeah.
Yeah. Umbrella.
Umbrella
It's
term.
an
It's a bit of
umbrella
an
term. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough world we live in, and I don't know. Do you think it's getting better? Not really. It's
You know what though? I'd like to think it is just because, like I said, colonialism was 60 years ago,
Mhm.
so
and
it's
now it's
definitely
not.
improved.
But now it's not overt colonialism like I own you. It's like covert. It's like through
Sure.
the IMF or some shit I own you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
shit.
Like it's kind of like that,
Yeah.
right?
No, it is definitely.
It's the what it
Debt
Mahathir.
trap diplomacy.
Yeah, Mahathir was like, yo, this is just same as colonialism, man. Like there's no difference,
Yeah,
right?
Same thing.
It's like if you get bailed out, like by like a international like a financial institution, kind of
Mhm.
that's kind of like colonialization,
Mm.
right? I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts? You probably thought about this more than I have.
Yeah, no, this is like kind of my wheelhouse. So
Yeah.
I think to me, I kind of think about this in more of like market terms. Like
Okay.
we're kind of bought into this colonial kind of era of like American culture, American
Yes.
markets, American
Yes.
taste,
Yeah.
right? And like it's rough because everything I like is kind of informed by that. Like literally, like I don't really listen to Thai music, and I kind of give it a rough time sometimes, and it's probably because of my like like one-sided admiration to this like, whoa, bro, this
Mhm.
English music culture,
Mm-hmm.
like it's so much superior. But in truth, like there's so much more to explore in my own culture that I've been dismissive of, and I've been trying to be more accepting of that, to some degree. I've been giving it a chance, but sometimes the Thai music fights back. It doesn't want me to like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, it is shaped. Your taste has been shaped by just your like how you grew up.
Right.
Like, you know, if you grew up listening to this type of music, you will have an ear for this type of music, right?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
and yeah, I think that's what it is. But it's also
your there's like beauty standards and everything too, right? It's like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
It's
like
a
you don't realize
lot.
how much shit has changed in the last 300, 400 years until you really unpack how society looks now.
Like you need to, like, I don't know. I think the you know, the protests in America, like, it kind of facilitated these conversations, you know, which is, you know, like
How so?
I think no, it people generally kind of, I mean, they do think about this, but they don't think about this to the extent that they are now. Like in the past month, that's like, with my friends at least, that's like kind of all we talked about.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And especially like in North America, right? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Especially,
I knocked my mic.
Especially in North America, like, the attention was drawn towards systemic racism, especially towards Black people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, literally, if you talk to like any Black people, like, they've experienced shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I haven't talked to any Black person who has not experienced, like,
which is really shitty.
It's fucking shitty, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking shitty.
Right. Like, I think there's some story to be told about non-African Americans too, but Africans too. Like my buddy Ibrahim, Ibi, he's African, and like he faces a different kind of story of racism too, which is, you know, like, which I can't I don't know those stories like too much, because like it's not publicized in media. Like the African American story is publicized a lot, so I understand like the trauma there, and it sucks, like, it really does. Yeah. But I really wish I had an opportunity to like, I've talked to them about it for sure, but like I feel like there has to be more there too. Like there has to be more attention brought to other types of like visible like racism, like to like visible like traits, right?
But but I think the I guess if you were to look optimistically at the positives that came out of the movement, it would be just like conversation, just having these conversations.
Oh yeah, conversation is so important.
Exactly. And then conversations facilitate change, right? To whatever degree, it doesn't matter really, but something is gonna happen. Some kind of change is gonna happen, big or small.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my friends. I was like, I'm not gonna post the black square today. But I will talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's more important to talk about experiences as well as your opinions on it, as well as you know, other things that may inform your thoughts about it, right? It's so important, like to actually sit down and talk to your friends about it. Like, I remember the first thing I did was I asked Ibi and my other friend Luke. They're both Black, and like, I was like, hey guys, like, what do you think of this movement? And we had to talk about it. It was enlightening. Because I can't speak to
we can't speak to their experience, man. Like, it's different. Like, we're brown. Yeah. I mean, we're like Asian. It's different.
Right.
It's a different.
And the other thing is, my friend Luke is from South Africa. That's a different experience too. Like
that's
like the experience felt in America and South Africa, totally different things. Like and you know, that was hardcore, and it was recent too. It didn't end too long.
Yeah. When did the apartheid end again? Like in the 90s?
Not too sure.
Mm.
Not 90s. I would think like 50s, 60s, right?
Okay.
I'm not too sure about that. But not not far away.
Not far away.
Definitely not. It was like the most hardcore.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't want to come off to the audience as like a bunch of like brown Asian kids talking about like things that we shouldn't be talking about. But I think it is important.
No, I feel like we're having a discussion, which is I think it's healthy. And we may have said some things that were insensitive. Definitely. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Like it's a shitty situation for everyone to be into. Like let's be honest right now, like racism isn't just a one race thing. Asians just recently got the full load from this COVID shit.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty bad. I've heard some pretty fucking shitty stories.
It was real bad.
Yeah.
And no one really talked about it. No one except Asians were talking about it.
Yeah, no one except Asians are. But to be fair though, like it wasn't like it wasn't like we weren't like being killed by the police, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
It's a little like in terms of scale, that's what I think.
Sure.
Anyways, like the reason, like if Asian people were fucking getting lynched and shit, like
right, that's not cool. Yeah, you're right.
But
you're
like
right.
You know, like the dude was before George Floyd. The dude was literally just taking a jog, and some white people showed up.
Oh yeah,
and shot him and killed him.
Yeah. That was the moment where I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was
it's gotta really happen in
America. And then somebody put a knee on someone's neck for 8 minutes. That's like, do you know what I mean? But you are right. Racism is a global thing. Right. It's a global pandemic.
It didn't start here too.
It didn't start here.
Like for a lot of like Middle Eastern people, it started really hardcore. Like post 9/11.
Post 9/11.
That wasn't cool.
Yeah, it was
like, dude, like it comes in rounds, man. But it's never the reverse. It's never, and it's all about, I think, back to our original conversation on capitalism, and who has power, who has the wealth, who has the media's backing, who has the voice, right? And I think, going back to your question of, do you think right now, like, is it better now? I think it is better.
I think
we have a voice.
The internet gives
Asian boys having a podcast on YouTube that maybe 30 people will listen to. But we do have a platform. We are able to talk.
Yeah. It's about voice, I think. It's really about, at the end of the day, it's about voice but voice is power. And I feel like the internet, at least in some way, gives people a little bit of leverage over their oppressors or the people above them. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like if take for example, okay, so there was in Vancouver, there's a little area that they built a highway over. They called the Georgia Viaduct. That was a black community. That was like Vancouver's black community. Like, you know how like Vancouver doesn't really have black people?
Yeah, no.
There was a black community back in the day, and it was called Hogan's Alley. And so what the government did essentially was they wanted to build a bridge connecting like like the mainland Vancouver to downtown. And so they just fucking got rid of it. And the reason they did that was because the people there didn't have a voice. Right. Like the black people living there, they did not have like this was, I think, back in like,
I can imagine.
This was probably like back 70s? In like the 70s or 80s. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not too educated on this, but I know that this place did exist. And then the people there, they didn't have a voice. So when they don't have a voice, they're a minority. They're not gonna speak out. They're like a racial minority, like black people. You know, the government doesn't fucking give a shit. They're just gonna get rid of that, build a bridge. And so the black community there doesn't exist anymore. And this place used to be big, like. it was like Jimi Hendrix, like Ella Fitzgerald, like the jazz musicians when they would come.
No way.
You should read about it. It's
crazy.
very interesting. When they would come to Vancouver, that's where they would go, right?
What?
There was like jazz, there was music, there was like a lot of stuff. They just fucking got rid of that shit, and it was because the people didn't have a voice. Now, the same thing is not gonna happen in fucking Kitsilano, where like people do have a voice. It's white people, like rich, middle, upper class white people, and they do have a voice. And so shit like that's just not gonna happen. But I feel like in this day and age, it's with the internet, with like Twitter, with anything like that, people do kind of have a voice.
Yeah, it's about to be a little technical here. It's about collective action, right?
Yes.
It's coming together and having a same voice, same ideology, and overcoming these collective action problems, which is when, you know, your thoughts are so dispersed, you don't talk about them. There's no leadership.
Yes.
And nothing gets done because there's this problem there, right? So I think it's overcoming that and securing this veto position, like veto player position, like to be a little bit more technical.
The what?
And like a veto player, like having a veto.
Oh, veto.
In, like,
yes.
Yeah. And if you have this power or this veto power, right, you can have a voice in like policies and whatnot. Yeah. Or like at least influence the policies that are out. Like it might be bad, but it will be less bad because you have that veto collective action point in that thing.
Yeah. And even simple, like, can you imagine how much police brutality there was before it was able to be recorded? Like, police have been killing people. You know what I mean? Like police have been killing people, man. Like, but now we have phones. Like, can you imagine before that, like, how many people had died because you know they were the wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this goes. I'm that guy in the podcast. Like, this goes back to that conversation. But this does go back to that idea of exploitation and authority and power, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know if you know about the Stanford prison project, prison experiment, by any chance, but they just assigned a bunch of students to be jailmates, as well as jail. What do you call it? Like wardens or whatever you call them, like guards, jail guards, and no direction at all. Suddenly, these people who were guards thought they had so much authority that they started doing some whack shit, dude. They were not doing the right thing for sure. Like, it was later accused for being an unethical experiment, but it kind of shows this innate nature for humans to associate like positions of like authority with like abuse. Like personal privilege, basically. Like right now I'm in a higher authority position than you, therefore I have privilege to like do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Is that a human thing, bro? Like, that's tough, man.
I'd like to believe it's not, but from such readings, and ideas of that I've experienced in my time being educated to some degree, not too much, but it should be a factor in your
it's dark
kind of formulation, in like your formulation on these topics. It's, I mean, for sure, it's about like the structures in place too, and I think that's the real problem.
Yeah, man.
Like, if the structure is written in a way that is biased towards one side, and it
remains so. It
will remain that way.
It remains so.
Yeah, like humans will be humans, right? And that sucks. But you can't do anything about that. Like, you can't reteach an instinctual thing to exploit.
Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah.
You can try.
But that's I guess that's why. But it's not, man. Like, even attempts to weed out human instinct, the bad human instincts, like what? Yeah. Society, religion, that is built on human instinct. Yeah. Religion is built on human instinct. Yeah. To some degree, right? Like, within religion, there are power dynamics that favors one and fucks over another.
Right.
even in something that's meant to sort of fix this problem that we have. And that's just, that makes me, this conversation is heavy.
That makes me mad.
Yeah, this is heavy.
I really hate myself for believing that humans are bad. I would love to believe that humans are good, and we have the ability to be good. But just from how things look, they don't look that way. And it, like, man, during this crisis, quote unquote crisis,
This
people have shown their shitty sides.
Yeah, man.
A lot.
And people,
Not cool.
yeah.
I remember walking in London with my mask, and like everyone was staring at me.
They don't wear masks over there?
No. Like this was in March. Okay, this was in March. No one in Britain was scared. I don't think they
wear your glasses so they can't see your Chinese eyes. Just wear glasses. Just be like, hey, I'm white. I just tan.
Dude, it was rough.
Don't hurt
people
me.
were staring at me. I was like, they were like, why are you wearing a mask? I'm like,
because
I don't want you sick if
bro.
I have it. You know?
And I don't
like the mask only works if everyone wears it. Like you don't spread it to me, I don't spread it to you. That's how it works.
Yeah, what's with what do you think the deal is with like people in the States who are like
the anti-maskers?
Anti-mask. Those, like,
yeah, I think it goes down to privilege.
That's privilege. That is.
I think at the core of it, it's privilege, right?
Yeah.
And then out of it, it's false patriotism in like this weird like narrative of what the U.S. is.
Yeah.
The U.S. is built on freedom, right? That's the narrative, and like you can't have a right. Like, you don't have a right. The government does not have a right to tell me what to do.
Yeah, but
because it's built on freedom, the American dream. You can do anything, whatever.
That's so weird, man.
And I think it's informed by that. Like obviously, there's other stuff too. People have been saying there's sicknesses that are preventing them from being able to wear a mask, like respiratory systems. But I feel like that's a lot of self-diagnosing. I don't know. I'm being kind of cynical here.
Americans are so funny. Americans are so funny. I don't know, man. I'm sorry if one of our 30 or 20 listeners, anyone is American. Americans are kind of funny, bro. It's kind of jokes. Like, dude, okay, like, I think like Trump, honestly, genius. Like, I'm sorry, he's a genius.
How so? Wait, you can't just say that on the internet not be shed on.
No. He's terrible. He's a terrible person.
Okay,
but he's
I'm glad that's
he's
clear.
kind of a genius, bro. Like, you know, the whole the whole fake news narrative that he's going with is kind of genius.
Yeah.
Like, if you think
everything
about it,
you say against me is fake.
Yeah, like
whoa,
that's fucking genius. Like that's so smart.
You can't beat me if you don't have
his
gun.
Yeah, the people in his I watched one video of the rallies, and there were media people, and he points at the media people, and he's like, "Say hi to those fake news over there," and then people were booing, like CNN, and then I was just like,
yeah,
like it. Honestly, man, that guy is a fucking genius. Like, if you like. It's just like
strategically, like it's
just like don't listen to anyone, because I'm the only one who's telling the truth. Everything else is bullshit. And then obviously, like, the people who are like,
it's not like the definition of like dogma or something.
Yeah. It's the same thing of, like, you know, the that weird like commune where the guy made everyone drink.
Oh yeah, drink. What's the term from? Drink from the Kool-Aid.
The cyanide. They put cyanide in Kool-Aid, and then like, it's the same thing, man. Like, it's like, it's the same thing. Like, it's the same mentality. Like,
for sure. It's I don't know, man. Like tribalism.
I don't know what it is.
Like you want to have a sense of like belonging.
Yeah, like the people who are following Trump, they think that everyone else are sheep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's
I've heard that.
That's like, dude, that guy's a fucking genius, bro. I'm so scared that he
How
might
do you
win.
flip a whole narrative? Of
Yeah,
that,
like
man? How do you
literally,
just come
literally,
up
it's like
no,
I'm
it's
not the sheep,
it's not
you're the
real.
sheep.
It's like the Spider-Man meme. You're
Yeah,
just pointing.
yeah, you're just like,
You're Spider-Man.
oh, okay,
You're fake news. No, you're fake news.
exactly. I don't know, man.
But you do.
Yeah,
You do know.
I do know.
Yeah. I also hate it when people like fake woke. I hate fake woke people.
Like performative fake woke. What do you mean?
Yeah, a little bit. Like on Instagram.
I hate fucking. Oh, can we talk about social media and how some people are like exploiting the issue for their own like clout?
Yeah.
Basically, I fucking hate that.
I'll give you 2 minutes to say it.
Fucking hate that. How much time do we have left? How long have we been talking?
We're at 45 minutes.
Oh shit!
I'll say
Already?
it. Just go for it. Just go for it.
All right, man. Like, I don't know. This is my opinion, and this is probably gonna piss people off. But I think a lot of
spicy.
a lot of social media activism, and I'm not saying all, of course, but like, you know, for example, the black squares, shit like that, and some people who, like, I really hate that some people, and of course I can't speak to any person's intention. Like, I don't know. I'm not
right.
them.
Of course.
I don't know, and I can't like assume their intentions. But sometimes it's a little like.
Yeah.
It's a little like, you're doing this for clout, like, man. Like, you're doing this so people have a certain impression of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like
that kind of pissed me off a lot when
pisses me
the Thai celebrities started doing it a little bit. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm like study the issue, understand the issue, do your readings, talk to people about it, but you know, don't do it for yourself. Like this is a real issue. People are fucking dying.
Yeah, real.
This is a fucking real issue. Like black people are like actually dying, and for you to exploit that problem so that your followers can think a certain way of you, I think that's a little fucked up. You know what I mean? And another thing with social media is, of course, it's good in that it gives everyone a platform, and then it facilitates discussion, all of that, but like it desensitizes the issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it really does.
Like it like I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'm reading about, you know, like serious things. Like Trevor Noah is like talking about, you know, blah 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 blah. It's like these, like, you know, black activists are talking about this, and then I see like a girl's ass. Or like a dude.
I mean, it kind of reflects what you're kind of following. Too,
yeah,
but,
I mean, no,
continue with your point.
No, yeah, and I see a girl's ass, or like a dude with his abs out, or shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, this, yeah, no, but it's like, continue. But it's just like it. I think it desensitizes the issue a little bit, right? Like when
it downplays the issue.
when something is super serious and people are scrolling, and then it's like, oh, serious topic, real conversation, blah 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 blah, and then just like,
right.
And then just like anime memes. You know what I mean? K-pop. The issue kind of, your brain,
it reflects negatively on
your brain kind
society
of
has become.
Your brain kind of puts that on the same level, which it's not. Like it's a.
I wonder what brain chemistry like what happens, you know, like when we see a post about like racism, like what it does to our brain, and then scroll down, Blackpink dancing.
Scroll down.
What does that change in your brain, or does it like, you know? Yes. I don't know.
Slow down, a dude like face planting, like falling down into a river. That's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know, man. It's tough.
It's tough.
It's actually so tough. It's
food.
Actually, and then you see, and then a dude is like, and then some dude's just like Instagramming his ramen. like individual sushi stories. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay, this might be a topic for somewhere, but like, dude, these rich Thai kids.
Individual, like expensive Otoro, like tuna or whatever.
Fucking omakase.
Yeah, and then
fucking take a photo of every bite I eat.
Yeah, exactly. While people are being killed. Like in Yemen, everybody has COVID.
It's not their intention. Okay, it's not their.
It's not their
let's be
intention,
fair.
but when the effects,
But in the realm of social
the
media, right?
effects,
That's what you're saying.
yeah, like what do you know?
Right. Let me just watch this story of like raising awareness on like Yemen,
Yeah.
and then scroll next, and it's like 15 fucking sushi rolls.
Yeah, it's like omakase. Okay.
and nothing
Yeah,
good about
and nothing-
it. So it's like, okay, cool.
Okay. Like, well, did I need to see that? I mean, you
Yeah.
don't need to see anything, right? On social
Like,
media.
okay,
like,
I kind of get it. Like, I cook a lot, and I get that it's like art. I get that, but like also, I don't really want to see it too much.
Yeah, but
you know?
also,
like get the ones you really like.
also,
Like,
yeah.
I'll give you top three. Get a top 3 sushi roll.
That's privilege, bro. Like, that straight
Yeah.
up is like the epitome of fucking privilege. Like,
Okay, now that we're here too, let's talk about all the Thai kids who have been golfing. Have you seen this?
no. What is this, a trend? What is this?
Yeah, pretty much every Thai kid right now with money is golfing.
Okay.
And
Why?
it's because they're bored at home during COVID, and they're like, let's go hang with my friends.
And then they golf?
Yeah, they golf.
It's,
I don't know. It's interesting, like, thing happening right now.
this
But,
new thing is
I'm
golfing.
like, okay, cool. I've never seen you play golf, but you're gonna go play golf, and
Yeah.
fuck it up.
That's why.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep.
I mean, it's
I don't
good.
know.
They're getting some exercise if you consider
I
it.
guess, but it's a trend right now.
But
Anyhow,
it's
that's
it's just annoying. I think for us it's just a little
that's
annoying.
privilege.
You know what I mean? Fucking privilege, bro. Posting
To be able to go play golf in the middle of a pandemic.
To be able to fucking post omakase sushi
During a pandemic.
during a pandemic. That's fucking
Come
tough.
on.
That's fucking tough.
Yeah. But we're at 52 minutes.
Okay,
I think
that's
it's a
good.
safe place to wrap it up.
Yeah, wait. I'm gonna look for tracks.
Tradition. Look for music. I already have one at the top of my head. I don't remember the song though, so it's really not at the top of my head. But looking through my list right now, I have a song called "Oh, I Miss Her So" by Holy Hive
Ooh.
and Mary Latimore.
Ooh.
Super sad song. It's cute.
Ooh.
It's more It's cute.
Ooh.
And another song called "Do You Realize" by Aquarian Dream.
Ooh. Ooh. Aquarian Dream is sick. I was
Yeah,
gonna.
Aquarian Dream. So.
Have you heard "You're a Star" Aquarian Dream?
No,
You're a star.
haven't. I'll go listen to it though.
Yeah, it's really good. At the end, it's kind of weird because there's sex noises. It makes me a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah. Have you found your tracks yet?
It's gonna be a Japanese
Afindi?
track, bro. I don't know how to fucking say it.
Just say it. Just say
I
it.
don't. It's in Japanese, bro. I literally don't know how to say it.
No, just guess what. it
That's that's low key racist.
is. No. Okay. Let's
Okay, it's-
reframe that. From listening to it, what do you think the title
I
is?
don't know.
Hey, music is a universal language.
Shut the
okay?
fuck up, though.
I can be like,
Japanese
this
is
song
not
is
a
about
fucking
sunshine
universal
because it's so
language.
bright.
Yeah, but basically it's. I'm just gonna choose the Korean one. By there's my favorite sort of like Korean indie rock band is called Siso Neon,
Yep, I know them.
and then the new song and Nanchan is really good.
Adnanshan?
Nanchan, Nanchun,
All right.
and then the last song is.
All right.
Let's just stick with one song today,
It's a
man.
little dead air
It's a
there.
little dead air there.
A little dead
A
air.
little dead air. But yeah, let's just stick with one song. This
All right,
this
cool.
week.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode. It got a little bit heavy.
They got heavy.
From the bottom of our hearts. Sounds a little bit corny, but we do apologize if we were a
Offended.
bit insensitive
Yeah,
at times. Like, we were just trying to communicate as best as possible and sharing our thoughts on this whole situation. I'm sure you will have a
different or opinion.
different take on this, and that's fair too. I would
But talk to us about
be
it.
more than welcome to talk
yeah,
about
talk
it.
to us about it. You know,
talk to
if
us
there's
about it.
something,
And,
if there's something
but
that
you know what? Like, I really hate it when I'm
What?
drag this out a little bit more, but I hate it when people like they talk passionately and like someone walks into the conversation and says like, "Why are you arguing?" And I'm like, "I'm not arguing. We're discussing."
Yeah, exactly. And
Like framing it as a discussion changes
it's not.
everything.
It's not. Yeah, it's a discussion. I think, like, if we, you know, seem to like be uneducated about something that we
Yeah,
should
please do educate us.
please just fucking talk to us so that we can
Talk
you
to
know,
us
be on
as
the,
humans,
yeah,
please.
so we can all, you know, understand and be on the
Don't start off the conversation with fuck you, boys.
yeah, like,
you don't know anything.
no, just
No, let's
then
let's
tell
not
us,
be
bro.
like
Like,
that.
if I don't know, then tell me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me in a civil way.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thank you for listening to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. And stay tuned for the next episode, episode 4. We don't know what's going to come at, but like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I think that's the biggest way to go. Tell a friend. If they like music, tell a friend. All right. Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.